What's up YouTube? It's Brian here, and today I am going to be giving you guys an inside look at my mental health routine. I have seen so many different routine videos on YouTube. There's morning routines, there's night routines. I mean, seriously, I think there's routines for all parts of the day, but I don't believe I've ever seen someone do a mental health routine. Just recently, I posted a video where I talked about a lot of the stresses and anxieties that I've been dealing with in my life and wanted to be as open as possible and transparent with you guys, and truthfully, the feedback I got was overwhelming. Not only were you guys so kind and supportive, you gave me great advice, and you also made me realize what I already thought to be true, which is we all deal with similar things. Now, I feel like I've been pretty open on my channel about the struggles I have dealt with my own mental health, and the truth is, I kind of feel like I do have a mental health routine that I try and follow. Some of these things I do if I ever feel like I'm dealing with anxiety or stress, or if I'm depressed, and other things I do just to try to keep my mental health in balance. I've found these things to be extremely helpful, and I figured it'd be a good idea to share it with you guys in case you guys want to apply it to your own life. So welcome to my mental health routine. So the first thing I like to do in any day, no matter how I'm feeling, is eat breakfast. And yes, it's because I like to eat food, but also I really believe a good healthy breakfast makes me physically and mentally feel good. Hard-boiled eggs is like what I tend to do. I do like soft-boiled eggs a lot. I'll have some chicken. I know it's kind of weird for breakfast, but I have a very high protein diet. So I'll get that out. And then I will also get my personal favorite of Greek yogurt. I eat Greek yogurt like it's my job. I love Greek yogurt. My favorite snack food is apple and peanut butter, and I can actually incorporate it into my diet. It works because peanut butter is high in protein. You have to be careful because it has a lot of fat. But oh, by the way, my mom's filming again, so guys, say hi to Mama Redmon.
Hey guys.
What I do is I have the same amount of everything per day. So I'll get like a half cup of Greek yogurt. I'll get like 2 ounces of chicken, 2 hard-boiled eggs, an apple, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Breakfast is the one meal for me that's very consistent. I eat the same thing every single day. I know it's not super fun, but it does make me feel good. And breakfast is the #1 thing I do every single day to start my day off right. So the next thing I do is I come outside here, sit down. Luckily right now I have the dogs in town, so I get a little bit of puppy love sometimes, which is the best thing because nothing takes care of your physical and your mental health and just really everything like puppy love. Right, kitty? But I like to come outside or sit down somewhere and get an idea of what my day is going to look like. I have found that I get very stressed out if I don't have a understanding of what my day looks like, what my week looks like, kind of trying to create a schedule. Because of what I do for a living, I don't have a 9-to-5 job, so I don't have a structure exactly in place. I have to set my own structure, and that has a lot of positives and it has a lot of negatives. So most days when I get up, I like to have breakfast, sit down on my computer, check my emails, and then just kind of make an agenda of things that I want to get done for that day. If there's anything that I have to plan for, if I have any events coming up, any auditions, things of that sort, I like to get an idea of when it is so that I can plan out my schedule accordingly. But this is just a great way for me to kind of mentally be like, okay, this is what I'm doing today, this is what I have to do today, and then if I get this stuff done, that's when I can kind of end my work day and move on to fun stuff. So yeah, and when the dogs are right next to you, this part of the day is actually pretty nice. And 1,000. Oh! Normally, this is the time where I would go and work out. Now, today I'm not working out. It's Sunday. I tend to work out 5 days a week, and I'm filming, which is the biggest reason I'm not going to work out right now. Like I said at the start of the video, I think taking care of my physical health helps me with my mental health. So I try and stay on a schedule where I work out truthfully every single week, multiple times a week. People have different health goals when they work out, and for me, a lot of it is to, 1, take care of my body, but 2, to get a certain look. So I do a lot of weight training. I also do cardio. I've always played sports, so I'm very active. Every day I work out. When I come back home, I feel like, yes, check that off. Now I can move on to other stuff, and that's why I like to work out in the morning. Also, I found if I work out late at night, I can't go to sleep for whatever reason. It's something that I try to do most days. I'm not doing it today, even though I did just do 1,000 push-ups. But I do try to work out most days. I have to be careful though. I have to let my body rest. Sometimes you can get injured. I actually just messed up my tricep pretty bad last week. But for the most part, working out makes me feel good, and I try to just stay on top of it as much as I can. The next step is something that I've just recently incorporated into my mental health routine, and that's that I've started to use CBD products. If you're not familiar, CBD stands for cannabidiol, which is a chemical compound found naturally in the hemp plant. CBD is not like marijuana because it doesn't get you high. I found that CBD is able to help me cope with both physical and mental stresses in my life. I first became familiar with CBD products through some friends of mine that I knew that used them. and I didn't really know what CBD was. I also thought it was just practically marijuana. But once I learned some things from them and I did my own research, I ended up finding Green Roads and immediately became interested in their products, so I reached out to them. What I loved about Green Roads is not only do they have a lot of positive reviews, but all of their products are pharmacist formulated. So here are some of my favorite products that I have. I have my Relax Spares, I have my CBD oil, and I also have my muscle and joint pain relief topical ointment that I've been using on my arm, as I told you guys about. The reason why I really like these is, one, I sometimes have a hard time going to sleep if my mind's running, which it always is running. So if I'm ever feeling stressed out or there's a lot on my plate at night when I'm trying to go to bed, I just can't. And these help me sleep like a baby. It relaxes me, it makes me feel at ease, and I'm able to just get a nice night of sleep. And then that makes me feel great, obviously, the next day. This has been very helpful recently when I messed up my arm and anytime I'm sore from working out, because as I said, I do work out a lot. But really, that's what's awesome, is you can try out different products and see what works for you depending on what your needs are. And I found products that really have helped me both physically and mentally. Before I decided to partner with them, I told them to send me the product so that I could try it, because I didn't want to just promote it if it didn't work for me. But I found that it absolutely has worked for me. So if you're interested in trying CBD products for your own health benefits, I encourage you guys to try Green Roads. I'll have a link down in my description to try out some of the products. You can try out the products I have. There's many other ones that you can do. Do your research, see if it's a right fit for you. And Green Roads, thank you very much for sponsoring the video and more importantly, helping me with both my physical and mental health. Another thing I like to do in my mental health routine is listen to music, believe it or not. Sometimes I find that listening to music allows me to either zone in on something or zone out, depending on what I'm wanting to do. So for example, if I'm trying to brainstorm and I want to think about things, I put music in and I try to think about different ideas and be as creative as I want. Other times, if I want to try to just mellow out and relax, I'll listen to music. I'll come out here and lay out by the pool. It's just a very relaxing thing. I connect with music. I listen to music based on how I'm feeling, and I get very nostalgic about music in a weird way. Unfortunately, I can't make music. I can't really sing or anything, but I do love music, and it is something that I do rely on to help me if I'm trying to either be creative or even just to relax on nice days like today. So another thing I think is super important, and I think it's awesome that my mom's here for this part, is I believe having people that you trust and can talk to in your life is so important for your mental health. I am a pretty open person, and especially with my mom, like there's no one better that I probably talk to about everything. Like she knows everything about me, good, bad. Go to her for advice on everything. And I also have a few friends that I would say are on a similar level to that. And I don't think it's important to have a ton of people that you rely on to talk to, but having a few close people in your life and, you know, finding the courage to open up about things that maybe are hard to talk about is so important. And it takes so much weight off your shoulders and also allows you to get advice and hear other people's perspectives on things. And a lot of times you find that you're not as alone as you think you are with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So finding the right people, family is always great. If you have a relationship with a family member, it could be a parent, a sibling, close friends, finding someone that you can really just talk to, I think, is super important and is another part of my mental health routine. Right, Mama?
That's right.
The next thing, guys, is one of my favorites. Right, Ted? How funny does that look, Teddy next to Teddy? Teddy and Teddy. If you guys didn't know, I have dog pillows with, well, pillows with pictures of my dogs on them.
Teddy, look here.
I think it's important to take breaks. I'm not much of a napper, not because I can't, but I just feel like napping, to me, it just makes me feel worse more times than not. For me, it's kind of ironic because I am a YouTuber, but I will watch YouTube videos. And I think the reason why I love to watch YouTube videos is it distracts me from my own life a little bit, right? It allows me to kind of zone out. This is what I do when I want to zone out mentally. It's a great way to physically and mentally just kind of reset, rest for a bit. Next time you're feeling tired and you just need to stop, and then get back at it, whatever you're doing harder after you have your little break, because breaks can be nice. So speaking of breaks, I'm going to take a break right now. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm actually going to nap. No, I'm not. I'm going to pretend to nap, though, because it feels nice. The next thing I like to do, speaking of breaks and fun stuff like that, is, if you didn't know, I am very much a gaming nerd. But I love playing video games, so it's one of my hobbies. When I'm done with my work for the day, I'll come in here and I'll play. Sometimes it's just myself. It's more fun if I'm playing with friends. I play with my brother and some of my childhood friends back home, which is awesome because it keeps me in touch with them. There's pros to that, but also like if I just want to like not think about stuff, or I'm done for the day and I want to just like get my mind off stuff, when I'm playing a video game, that's all I'm thinking about. It's hard to be focused on anything else. I do stream and stuff on Twitch, by the way, if you ever want to check out a live stream, if you're a fan of gaming content or you just want to hang out with me live on a more like personal one-on-one type vibe. I'll have a link to it down below. You can come follow me on Twitch and watch me struggle at Fortnite, but we'll have a good time doing it. So I'm sure there are hobbies of yours that you like to do. It could be watching TV, it could be playing sports, it could be whatever. I just encourage you to do those when you have the time to do it because it keeps you sane. Now, I talked earlier about how it's important to have people you trust that you can talk to, and I absolutely do think that's true. Now, there's been times in my life, though, where my anxiety has gotten so bad that I did need to see someone that was professionally qualified in what they do. And I think going and talking to someone is something that all people should consider doing more often, even if you don't deal with anxiety or depression or any mental health illness. I think it's very healthy to just talk about your life, the things you're dealing with, the things you're going through, because sometimes venting it out not only just makes you feel good, but you do learn a lot from someone else. And so there's been moments where I have done that, and if I ever feel like I'm in a place in my life where I am that stressed or I am going through that much, that's definitely something else that I do. It's not something I do consistently. Maybe it is something I should do consistently. But I did just want to say that because if you are someone that's really going through a hard time and these simple things aren't enough, that's something I highly recommend you'll find to be very helpful. It can be scary, it can be challenging, but I promise it's worth it, and I did just want to throw that out there. And then really the last thing that I always try and do, as simple as it sounds, is stay positive. And the reason why I put this last is it's easier said than done to say just be positive, but I think if you do some of the other steps that I talked about, being positive becomes easier. It's not something that you can just choose to do. You can't just change your outlook and perspective because someone told you to do so. No, it has to come internally. And I've found that through my best moments and through my worst moments, if I try as hard as I can to always focus on the good things, obviously address the things that I need to address, but if I focus on the good things in my life, I just feel so much better. That's why it's number 10, and that's the last thing that I do in my mental health routine. But yeah, there you have it. That's my mental health routine. I know this video is very different, but I just felt so called to make it, especially since I made the video where I talked about the things I have been dealing with. I just wanted to give you guys an insight on things I try to do to stay positive, to stay healthy, to take care of my body, both my mind and my physical body. And it has made an impact in my life, and maybe you'll take something from this video. I hope you do. But anyway, if you guys liked the video and found it helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what other types of videos you guys would like to see. All my other social media accounts are linked down below. If you want to go follow me on there, you can do that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for new videos every single week. And until next time, keep it real, banana peels. Stay positive. Hope this helped, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!